Here's your daily market recap for Monday, July 17th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Monday, July 17th, 2023. Hopefully you enjoyed the weekend market review. As we expected, the Monday post, the Friday down move in a choppy market, expecting more chop, aka ChopX. We'll talk about why, what to expect. Again, trying to keep people afloat of what's going on. If you've been waiting for some levels to take action at, you're getting to them. Just keep in mind the Monday after, say, whatever, a choppy week is the Monday after usually going to be a fail or a blow off, lift off. Probably not. It's probably going to be more of a chop inside day. Tuesday is turnaround Tuesday, more likely, or continuing chop because it is OPEX. Again, if you have questions, please reach out. Hit me up. Join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. Hit us up on Twitter. Posting tons of things that we see as important. This is pretty crazy. Money supply contracting quickly. Federal government receipts. Oh, man. Chips, charts, all sorts of fun stuff. So check it out. Again, if you're new to the channel, you follow me on another social media platform, check out the YouTube. Again, we have all the videos, all the educational videos, daily market recaps, live market reviews if you get a chance. Also, hit up the website, thetradingagent.com, have my recommended reading, some great articles on trading. The Back to Beginner or Back to Basics series starts, and again, more beginner stuff to advance. All sorts of fun stuff on my page, thetradingagent.com, and also check out the 5.15% high yield. Use the link for 3 months, then it goes to 4.15. But I've been able to share this so much with so many people, and people love it that they keep giving me the promotional rates, and you'll be able to get it too, because nobody likes getting paid those 0.1% crap rates from savings accounts. Ugh, brutal, absolutely brutal. Hit me up if you have any questions. All right, where are we at? Come on, reload, wake up. CME Group. If you haven't seen this page, it's the Fed Fund Futures. Again, check this out, save it. 97% chance in July as of right now. Keep an eye on it. The Bitcoin. Said on Friday, keep an eye on the mid 31,000s. Rejecting again. Chop, 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 chop. Oil, as we talked about, could it get up into mid 80s, low 80s? Well, after that straight line move, not surprised, pulling back. I would watch again the 72.50 area if that holds. Natural gas. Snooze and you lose. If you're in this trade, sleeper, let it go. As you said, with commodities, I want to be in them when the Fed does what? Pivots. Oh, I'm going to start an Airbnb since it's already up. Watching this level. Jay Solstice, my man, posting this trade. Again, what's the upside here near term? It's tough to say, but I like this as a short blowing off during OPEX. If you do ABC completion moves, it's a pretty sizable move. Now, some people might argue you go much higher. It always could. This thing has been heavily short sold, CEOs dumping, but this thing has rallied pretty strongly. I don't see much more upside. I do like the idea for short because I'm seeing Airbnbs in the real estate business not doing so hot, and not saying, again, it's not like we're recommending shorting at the lows, waiting for retest, waiting for the highs, waiting for up move to short. Could it get up in here in the 163s? That's always possible. That would, to me, again, no matter what it is, long, short at this point, make sure you define your risk, set your stops, know what you're willing to lose. All right, dollar. Sorry, I just got distracted because I've been watching that one all day. UUP, we talked about watch the rain lows. Remember, volatility in the dollar is kind of what I'm paying attention to. It's been moving pretty fast. We're closing near the end of the day. It's 3 minutes till close, so I'm starting the recording. Figure the bond market, dollar aren't going to move too much. Bonds, again, watch the range. Both of these names, big ranges. When they start moving outside of the ranges, the market is going to move. I guarantee, and it's probably not going to be up. That's my guess. That's my guess. It's probably going to be more of a down move in the market. Bonds get bought, dollar get bought, or dollar gets sold, bonds get sold, and the market goes kaplow too. It's just either, again, watch the ranges. VIX, we've talked about. If you don't like the VIX down here, you're not a friend. You should know. It's so cheap to protect down here, and it's also the risk is worth the reward. The VIX has been showing holding up. SPY, we're getting close to the end of the day. Had a spike there on some of the Fed speak. Again, it's basically closing right at Friday's high. Keep an eye on it. ChopX, not surprised. If you've been paying attention to the videos, again, wrong happens. But wrong every time, that's just not knowing what's happening. All right, you have to be able to admit hey, if you short up here, expect retest. We talked about it. Unless you get big moves. And again, this potentially is a big move, in my opinion, holding 20-day gapping, not exhaustive gapping. Because when you gap with dojis and then the candles start to shrink, that's showing you the amplitude is slowing the move. And now you're getting in ChopX, trend lines, all sorts of fun stuff up here. How much higher? Can't say for sure. Don't assume. But again, make your trades accordingly. Set your stops. Qs, same kind of thing. Rallying up here. Could it get to the point 168, 18 extension off the lows? Absolutely. IWM, we've talked about this one lagging, chopping around. Interesting candles. Can it get over this 194, 195 area? That's what I would be watching if I was bullish, bearish, whatever. Dia, looks like Disney's getting slammed on the actors don't want to work anymore. No, I'm just kidding. They're trying to, I guess they want their NIL money. No, they're having issues, obviously. They want to renegotiate their contracts with filmmakers. I get it. Anyway, back Dia. Chopping, watch at the highs. Gold, I get a hit up about this all the time. It's like, leave it alone. Leave it alone. We talked about it. Dead cat bouncing into July, seasonally. All right, how much longer? I don't know, but how much higher? Be careful. Money supply shrinking pretty quickly. Silver, again, short squeezed last week. Coming up into some areas that matter. Keep an eye on it. GDX, I mean, we talk about the miners leading. They, again, making lower lows and lower highs. Keep an eye on it. GDX got up into some resistance, clearly backing off. Now, does it mean it has to fail? Not necessarily. Watch for retest. But you got multi-day ranges here. Be careful. Same thing with GDXJ. They don't look strong. They look like they could chop around or they're about to drop. AG, now this one is interesting to me because as we've talked about, this thing, I mean, it traded at highly discounted prices. If you go check the monthly, I always was waiting for this. Now, did I get in on this? No. I said wait for the monthly trend line, but what have you noticed? That's the candle I want to see. I want to see a candle like this. Remember, this candle, this is the monthly. I want to see something like that. I want to see this test down to 5. I'll take a stab. If I miss it, I miss it. Here's what it is. Now it's rallying. Do you trust it? I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it at all. AEM, flatlining. Nothing really to say today. Keep an eye on it. Yeah, coming up into the moving averages. Newmont, this thing's lagged. I mean, this is why it's so tough to trust the miners, because the Newmont name is strong. It should be. It's not. It's not acting strong at all. It looks like crap. It's hard to trust miners when the big names don't lead. PAAS, again, talked about it bouncing. Just keep an eye on it. All right, day's about to end. Taiwan semi, let's get into it. Looks like a head and shoulders top. Long wick Friday, gap down. And this is what's interesting. Holding the 20-day. I mean, this stock should be up today. Come on. Micron, oversold bounce was due. We talked about it getting pounded. Watch these moving averages here. Not surprising. Taking a siesta. AMD has gotten pounded. Gets an upgrade today. I mean, these wicks are, and I said this yesterday, the weekend recap. Watch the wide and loose candles. They're going to confuse the crap out of people because you're going to have a doji, and then you're going to have this hammer, and then you could have another hammer, and then you could have an inside down day, a gap down. It's going to be hard. It's ChopX. NVIDIA, another upgrade today, been all over the place. Another hammer. Channel highs. Again, 20 days, the comfort zone to short. When that breaks, goodbye. Intel, we talked about this thing dropping down to 50-day. Is this the left-right shoulder? And this is the right. Keep an eye on it. SMH. All right, got to give it credit. Getting up to 159. Didn't think we would really rally too much from here, but now you're into the next resistance near all-time highs. I mean, on straight monthly pumpage. How long can this last? Again, AI. I know. We all know. It's not going anywhere. It's priced in, though, too. Apple, keep an eye on this. Adobe, keep an eye on this. This doji in between closes near the high. I mean, it feels like a double top, like a lower high potentially, but it is ChopX. Do not be surprised by outside reversals, okay? If you don't know what outside reversal, it's like a... Here, let me find one for you. Here's an outside reversal. Gaps down, rallies back, closes above the previous day high, right? That's, again, the outside reversal is when it makes a new low. I mean, you kind of, again, if you count on all that action that is, but yeah, outside reversals at highs. I like to see them. Here you go. Here's one. Here was one, but they didn't obviously do it, follow through. Now we got the M top. I'd love a fake breakout. Amazon, we talked about 135 area for shorting today. Again, weakness, not really doing much. CRM rallied a lot last week. Getting tired up here. A little tight in action. See what happens. Guggenheim, we We talked about the mid upper 120s being resistance. Here it is again, getting stuck. Meta, I mean, no, Threads is a joke. Threads is an absolute joke. Let me guess, they're going to fire 10,000 more people and then write off this thing as a loss. Then it'll go higher. I don't know. I'd keep an eye on it for failure. Microsoft, talked about it holding around, what is it, 330 up, retest, chopping. And again, these days don't really confirm much. NDAQ, looking for bounces to short this thing. The NASDAQ composite, or the NASDAQ exchange is complete garbage in time. MicroStrategy, talked about getting up into this range. Keep an eye on it because you got a couple of days of chop. I mean, again, this is why you sell into strength, because if this ends up being the top, you sold into it and you could raise your stops, obviously, and get knocked out. And if it goes higher, great. Remember, just the more something runs, the less you should own. People don't get that process. Again, if this was like a bull market in years and you could just disappear, fine. But even in bull markets, you're going to see times where you get 10, 15, 20, 30% corrections in stocks, in certain stocks. Netflix, same kind of thing, just retesting range highs. I mean, they're up, but Disney's not today. That's kind of confusing. Roblox, love this to get bought out at some point. I'd love to see the low 20s. Just, I don't know, keep it on the radar to watch. Tesla said, watch the trend line. Got it. Now, could it always get up to here? Yeah, absolutely. Their earnings are Wednesday after the close. I don't know. Again, at this point, I would just wait. Just wait. But again, define your risk. Materials, letter X. Talking about China stimulus. They're not stimulating because everything's great. It's really bad in China. It's getting bad. Unemployment rate for youth, I think, is like 21.3%. That ain't good. Anyway, X, watch this area. Double toppage. Nucor said retesting range highs. Now what? I mean, is it a lower high? Again, it seems to be holding the 8 and 10 day. It'll get below it, but I mean, 20 days. Again, 20 day in a lot of things is going to be the key here. What hopefully, depending on certain names, if the 20 days tight, it won't matter. But if it's not tight, it could be a place where you get traps, bear traps near term, and then rally. Caterpillar, love it up here. Could you fill the gap? Absolutely. Just keep an eye on it. Remember, earnings season though. VALE, another global growth name. Look how on fire this. No, it's dead. Arrow, copper name. Do think this is a good name long term. I just don't think I would. It's hard to own now. Now, could they get bought at any point being a smaller mid cap? Yeah, absolutely. Looking for this one to pull back in time. I'd love to see it in the 15er. CCJ said watch the 31, 32 area. We've been tropping around up here. Just can't seem to get over it. We'll see. Again, I don't trust commodities to break out, but hey, guess what? If you trade long enough, you're going to be wrong about a lot of things. Sometimes it seems like you can't win, and you're like, what is going on here? And then that's when you just pare down your bets. CF, we talked about the ag names. We like them long term, but looking for retest, choppy action. Here you go. Same thing. They all look like they're bottoming out. They had short-term extremes. Your rally, now sideways, chopping. Aaron, another global growth name, not on fire. Closer to the 52-week lows. Keep an eye on it. XLF. Choppy, wide, loose. Talked about candles being wide and loose. I mean, it's going to be really hard to get over this 34.74. Yeah, choppy again, but not making new highs. JP Morgan, this is interesting. I saw this today I guess it did make new highs, retesting highs. I would be watching because this candle with this follow-up is a little sneaky. Because people use the liquidity sell out, then you have lighter volume, and then brokerage is probably, again, if you say you had 1,000 shares, you sold 500 here, sending you the market maker, so times this by multiple decimal, or add more decimal points, spaces, and then you upgrade it here, and you're like, all right, I'm going to sell a little more. Something looks sneaky. Morgan Stanley, same thing. They're not same thing. Sorry, these names have been lagging like crap. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, just nothing. Again, they also have earnings coming up. Morgan Stanley, I think it's Thursday. Goldman Sachs. No, Morgan Stanley's tomorrow morning. I apologize. Goldman Sachs is Wednesday before the open. So they're all coming. KRA, we said watch what happens when it gets up to the 100-day. Chopping around. Just, again, watch this stuff. XBI broke the uptrend, held the 200-day moving average. Interesting. Again, fills the gap. Long wick with higher volume. Keep an eye on this. This could be a reversal candle. Now, could it be just for a couple days? I don't know. Keep an eye on it. But it does look very reversal-ish. HYG, kind of popped this one up. Interesting how it blew out to the top side and gave it right back. Solar, yes. Starting to eye some shorts here. Love this candle here. I think this is trash. Wait for the 200-day on the tan. ENPH talked about loving the, wait for the pops. 100-day, I mean, could it back test the old, let me zoom out this trend line. It's not a perfect one. Again, so here's the thing. If you're drawing trend lines and you have the capacity to do this, I like to do box trend lines sometimes. If you don't know what that means, it means you box it and then you just open it up a little bit. Because I've seen trend lines hit, seen them go above them, and then I've seen them below and just not get to their spots and hit it directly. I mean, give yourself a buffer. There's your buffer. It's like bowling. You got your lane, buffer lane. ENPH, or sorry, SEDGE. Yeah, talked about it popping up here. Look at it, hit the 100-day exactly. Keep an eye on this. Again, first day shorting, always a little harder. First solar, yes. Yes. Now that it's okay, again, if you didn't take the short today because it's like the Monday after a long week and market's probably going to chop X, you're going to have to be up some part of the week. Here you go. Maybe it's the 210. Again, if you're waiting, you're patient, you're sitting here like a deer hunter, a sniper, whatever you want to call it, you're just waiting to fire your shot. You're loving the higher prices. Let's end it with oil and gas real quick. Oil, another reverse today. Interesting. Again, it loves to get over the 200-day on the USO and fail. UNG, UN gangster, UN going nowhere. Ewan McGregor, I don't know. You just start throwing Ewans out there. Nope. ExxonMobil said watch the 100 area. Seems to be holding it for now. But look at these. All right, just watching it. Dizzle, PXD, chopping. Again, like these names when oil and gas starts ripping. Oxy. I mean, Buffett is just printing money. He's probably selling so many covered calls. I bet he's writing all the options. He's like, I'm going to be the specialist on this. You call me any option. Someone wants to buy calls a month out or more above 59, or sorry, not 59, 60 to 65. I'll sell you all the calls I can. EQT, we talked about this one hitting 40, backing off. Okay. Flex LNG, we'll end it there. What do you think? Again, like the name, like the sidewaysness, let it play out. All right, if you have any questions, please hit me up. Real estate, I'm telling you, if you are not prepared for the movement, it's in rates, you're not prepared to buy an investment property, you're not prepared to make, what is it they say, make hay when everyone's not, just be prepared. Mentally prepared with all of your tax documents, prepared with a lender, prepared with a real estate agent. Let me help you out, please, for the love of God. When things get crazy, that's always the best time, and there's going to be some real estate deals. The real estate market is already softening, and I'm just going to quickly rant about it. And so if you're prepared and you're looking to buy, I mean, when are they going to flood the liquidity back in? Probably sometime next year before an election. So there's going to be a sweet spot where you probably see market dump and interest rates drop to stimulate. And I'm telling you, that is, if you can get locked in at a low, I mean, I don't think we're getting 2 or 3%, but if you can get a mortgage in the 4s and buy a property on a 10 to 20, 30, 40% discount, depending on what your market, I think long term, you're not going to complain, because then you're also going to be able to cash flow. Anyway, hit me up if you have any questions. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, your PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.